The Gregorian calendar, if you've studied history, you know that the Gregorian calendar did not go down very easily with indigenous people. The Gregorian calendar went out with the Spanish and with the Catholic bishops, and they conquered lands and then told people what day it was. Most civilizations already had their own calendar, see? And then these guys come along and say, no. This is the day. It didn't go down very easy. They had to kill millions and millions of people to get them to follow this Gregorian calendar. And what this Gregorian calendar was all about was the physical measurement of our orbit. And it turns out that this is a very, very insidious tool. You probably never thought that a calendar could be so evil. But what this calendar has done is it has pinned our civilization's consciousness to physical evidence only. The absolute dead center of our civilization is focused on only physical evidence. The measurement of physical objects moving through space. That's why it's not Year of Our Lord anymore. Because there has been a steady erosion of our consciousness of things other than physical.
Hey, what's going on with y'all, man? It's Black Balloon, and I'm coming back with another video, so y'all already know what's going on. Look, in the last video I did, I kind of briefly talked about the fact that, last year wasn't 2020. It was actually 2012, and that, obviously that would make this year the real calendar year, 2013. And I got a lot of comments, even got a few DMs about, just people asking questions about that statement and wanting me to kind of just talk about it more, and I thought it was a good idea, because I've actually brought it up a few times in different videos, but just haven't really went over it, the way that I could. So I figured, I'd add that clip just so you can hear it from someone else. And, you wouldn't think that this is like, just mumbo jumbo kind of stuff, just talking bullshit. Because, you're like, in your mind, you're like, all right, how the hell is it 2012? It's clearly 2020, 2021, like, how is that even possible, So I know a lot of people think that way, you'll be quick to dismiss something that just doesn't even sound like it's true, which is why I showed that video, because he kind of like really cut to the chase of, what exactly happened, when this land was basically conquered, and people were actually told what the year was and actually given, this whatever kind of knowledge, they were basically forced to adopt this calendar, as he said, and for pretty obvious reasons, you know what I'm saying? The elite basically, they want us to have like a mechanical kind of like secular view of the universe, meaning they want us to be, how can I say it? They want us to basically be bots. They want us to be in the matrix. They want us to stay in the matrix. They don't want us to be able to, learn and understand different states of consciousness. They want full control. They want full mental slavery. They want you to view the universe in one way only, and not the true way that we should view the universe, not the true way that we should have a connection with the universe. it actually falls right in line with how they changed the hertz in music. It falls right in line. They changed the hertz in music. They detuned it basically so it could be out of sync with the universe. So it goes as the same thing with the Gregorian calendar. It is to make sure that we're out of tune with the universe. It's pretty simple because obviously, you know, obviously the ancestors, the people before us, the indigenous original people of this land, they didn't need a calendar. They didn't need, to be told what day it was. They didn't need to be told what year it was. They already knew this knowledge. They already knew how to calculate, 300 days, or, how to calculate how many days is in a year, in which I'm sure they already had their own calendar anyway. But of course, you get this group, of guys that just come along and they have their plan. They have their plan for our reality, our future reality. They have their plan for how they want things to be ran because they don't want you to know the truth about anything. They want you to live the way that they want you to live. They don't want you to connect with who you truly are, which is why they have the days of the week, which this is all basically Saturn worship anyway. You know what I'm saying? Because if Saturn is Saturday. So this is all Saturn worship at the end of the day. Because what do we do throughout the week? What do? All we do is work. On Monday, we go to work. We start the day going to work on a day where we actually just should be chilling. Then we end the week. And all we want to do is go and party and shit after we've just worked the entire work week. The weekend. You know what I'm saying? So if you play off the words, now you're weak. You're tired because this is the weekend. You're tired now, but all you want to do is go and party. You want to go and party on Friday and Saturday and then go to church on Sunday. You want to go to church on Sunday. Sun worship. Saturn worship. And so you see how they basically created what we live in today. This is so you never hop out of the matrix. You never jump out of this matrix. You never jump out of, just basically how I explained already. It's just 9 to 5. You do this, you do that, you go to work and blah, 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 and then you die. You have a little fun and then you die. It was all set up for us to live exactly that way and to not ever truly know your true self. To not ever, be able to connect with who you truly are, who you can truly become through God. And that's why, in the video, he explains that they were basically murdered. They were forced to adopt this calendar. They had to. Because then as I was just explaining, if you don't get, it's just like religion. Honestly, it ties into different, it ties into a bunch of ways that we're all basically being controlled and not knowing exactly what the year is, not even knowing how to, calculate how long a day is or, how long a year is without actually being told. So we don't actually even learn how to do that is what I'm meaning to say. So we don't have that connection to the universe. We're not able to go outside without our phones, without knowing today is Monday, and then actually know how to, how to basically calculate what day it is. We've been so, think about it like this. We've been so indoctrinated that you wouldn't even be able to escape the calendar. If you think about it, you always know that today is Monday. you always know that this year is 2021. So we're so indoctrinated that it's almost like we wouldn't even be able to step in that other state of consciousness to be able to just sync with the universe and automatically know that, okay, the sun is about to go down in about 2 hours, even though, we know what time it is. You see what I'm saying? It's almost like you will almost never get to that state of consciousness to be able to connect with the universe in that way, because we've been so indoctrinated. And that's what the point is. That's the point of it. They had this knowledge long before. This was a plan long before. That's why I tied it into religion, into what they did with the music, because it's all a control show. It's all built for mental slavery. That's it. So we work a 9 to 5. We come up out of the damn, what is it when you first born? I forgot. I forgot the exact name. The maternity ward. We pop out of the maternity ward, and then we work a 9 to 5, and then we hit the morgue, and boom, that's it. That's life. You know what I'm saying? So basically, you're born, you work, and you die. You know what I'm saying? So you never actually step out of that box to even understand and connect with the real universe. So that's the entire purpose of placing us on a calendar. So we're completely confused. We don't even know that this is not the correct year. There are other places that have that follow the original calendar. Like the Ethiopian calendar. They actually know that it's 2013 now. They've been known this. That's the calendar they follow. They actually have a 13th month in their calendar. But obviously, it's not August, September, October, November, December. For them, it's completely different. It's in another language. So the 13th month is I don't even know the name of it. And it's not, the 13th month is not 30 days in a month. I think it's like 5 days in that month. And then like in another 300 or 400 years, it'll be like 7 days in that month. So it's kind of confusing. You would actually have to look it up yourself to kind of get what the real, how their calendar actually works. But if I'm not mistaken, it's something like that, where they have a 13th month, and that month only consists of 5 days, and then every couple of 100 years, that month is extended a little bit longer, and they have their own name for that 13th month. So this is not something that's just like, I'm just throwing this out there like, oh, just trying to, just say that this is true just because I think it is. It's like, no, this is actually real stuff. So as I was saying, it's pretty obvious, on why they would want us to actually follow the wrong calendar, because if you think about it, the Gregorian calendar is basically the most widespread used calendar in the world. It was called the Christian calendar. Adopted and I think like really set in place by Pope Gregory. I forget what year it was. I didn't quite fact check that before I did the video, but you guys could do that on your own as well, because you definitely have to research this stuff. Don't just take everything I say and just boom 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 and that's just final. Go research it so you can plan it in your mind. You know what I'm saying? And then you can actually start to come up out of this like this age of deception. Because that goes back to what the Mayans said, that everyone knows that the Mayans predicted, or they said they didn't see anything beyond 2012. Now, we all were confused about that. We all didn't really know what was going on. You know what I'm saying? But maybe that was just the end of an era, which is why I said that's why 2020 was so bad, because life ended as we knew it. Things aren't going to be the same again. Things are never going to go back to the way that they were. They're not going to allow it to. This is the new world order. This is what they have been, planning for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. It even ties into the map of the world. I'm tying it to all these different things because it's all about control. It's all about mental slavery. So it's the same thing as the map. We don't truly know how big any of these countries are. Think about the flight patterns. Think about how you go, you go around certain areas when you're taking flights. You don't just go straight there half the time. You You might fly from damn Georgia to Alaska, or, you know, from any state in America to another country, and it takes 22 whole hours when it could have took like 10 hours if you would have just went straight there. But no, they have patterns. They have flight patterns. They want to fly in certain directions so they don't go over certain things, so you don't see certain things, you know? So you think that, you know, America is actually a whole 2 days flight-wise away from, like, you know, South America or something. You know what I'm saying? I'm just giving examples. I'm not saying that these are exactly the times, you know, that it would take, but I'm just trying to show you how we are deceived at every level. Every level. We don't even know how big America is. We don't know how big Russia is. We don't know how far it is. It's exactly from us. We don't really know these things. When you look at the map of the world, it's a lie. It doesn't look like that. We would never know, though, because we can't go outside of this world and have a view of how everything truly looks. So we're deceived at every level. And I've said that before, and it ties in exactly to what the Gregorian calendar is. It's basically a spell. That's what it basically is, because they're keeping us under control. These are spells. You know, this is to me, it's a form of magic. It's a form of magic from the fallen ones, you know, because deception and trickery and, you know, all that trickology, trick knowledge, whatever, however they, you know, do all that stuff, that's all from the fallen one. That's all from him. Fallen angels, they're the ones who taught people how to deceive, how to do all of this. That's who it comes from. And this is, and you know, like I said in the beginning of the video, this is just so we don't have that true connection to the universe, to who we truly are, to our God. So we don't ever, you know, we don't ever become of that kind of consciousness. Like I said, we don't reach different states of consciousness because there are many of them. You know, most of us are just sitting in that real low vibrational, you know, frequency, you know, and we're not even able to think this kind of way and kind of come up out of this age of deception once again. You know, but you know, we're getting there. You know, we're actually, you know, we're moving into that age of Aquarius. So we're coming up out of that. That's why you have people like me. That's why you have, you know, that's why you have the internet doing what it's doing now, because we're now finally learning the knowledge that's going to take us consciously to the next level. And that's just what it is, man. It's a deep topic. It's a deep subject, you know. And all we could do, you know, at the end of the day, all we could do is just keep learning, you know, keep learning, keep spreading the word, keep spreading the knowledge, you know. And that's about it. You know what I'm saying? You know, obviously we can't go up and, you know, change the calendar and blah blah blah. You know, but we can learn. We can be aware of this stuff. We can teach others, and we can keep it moving. And as long as we know the truth, as long as you know the truth, then that's what really counts at the end of the day. You know, because some of this stuff, you know, for me, finding the truth about life, about the universe, about me, about God, about everything, about history, learning that history is a lie, finding the truth in those things is really what, you know, feeds my soul. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the truth and finding the truth is like one of the best things about life, period. You know, finding out what really is. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, so that's that, man. I just felt like I'll come back and, you know, drop that video. I'm not going to keep just going on and repeating some of the same points, because I really want y'all to go and research this as well. You know, check out a few things for your own and just kind of, you know, get your own interpretation of it. And maybe you could pitch someone else on to the knowledge, because a lot of people don't actually understand this stuff, you know, and they think it's not possible for us to be deceived like this on such a huge level, you know. But it's definitely possible, and we have definitely been indoctrinated, you know, the way that they wanted us to be. You know what I'm saying? So that's that, man. Y'all already know what's going on, man. Let me know what y'all think in the comments, you know, and anything y'all feel that may be worthy that I might have missed or didn't cover about the Gregorian calendar. You know, please let me know y'all thoughts, man. And that's that, man. What's today? Thursday? Yep. So y'all already know what's going on this weekend, man. I hope y'all have a good weekend. It's Black Balloon, and I'm gonna see y'all soon.